This is Phil Golfi with Remax the Golfi team. Welcome to the Golfi Real Estate Show with host Steph Vivier and special guest Devin from Land Art Landscaping.
Well, welcome, Phil, and welcome, Devin. Excited to get to know Devin a little bit more, and great to have you back on the show, Phil.
Yes, our second show together. I am back in the hot seat. Rob is away on special assignment. I actually don't know where he is or what he's doing, but he sent me a text last night, and he said, "Hey, I need you to hop on the show with Steph."
Scams bother me so much, Phil. I am constantly the one on the phone calling my older relatives about, different Facebook scams and the grandparent scams and all of those kinds of
Taylor Swift scam, the ticket scam, everything. And then it's crazy. And then we got to put up with the porch pirates and the people running around to different porches and stealing gifts. What's going on?
Just absolutely brutal. And now you're telling me there's a real estate scam we got to watch for.
Yeah, this is, we've had a few scams or a number of scams that have kind of been highlighted in the news and kind of come across our news feeds. But it's more so, it's not necessarily on the, the buyer or seller themselves. But what people are trying to do is it's almost like a phishing scam where they'll be in an email of someone, and then as soon as you give the instructions to go deliver a deposit check or go deliver a bank draft, and give you the account information, they'll pop in and change and act as if they're you and change the account information so you're putting it into the wrong account. It's just unbelievable, the amount of protection and the amount of how careful you have to be. Especially when it comes to checks and money, and it just feels like you got to be so careful. We had one for our business where somebody replicated another business that we worked very closely with, and basically acted like them, mimicked them from emails to websites to everything. And they were emailing us and saying, "Hey, we need a check now. You owe us X amount of dollars. This is the account." And we're so lucky that we caught it. Like, we were ready to print the check. We printed the check. We were about to deliver, and we caught it right at the last minute. And recognized, like, hey, this is a scam. Like, and we were just so close to putting the check in the wrong account, and then that money's gone forever. So it's something that we got to be so diligent and so careful and almost have like our own there's that two-factor authentication that all our social media websites are gearing towards. We almost have to have that for ourselves and being able to protect ourselves out there against these scammers, for lack of better terms, who have no place in our society, who are targeting older people, and targeting vulnerable people, and it's just so sad and disappointing to see people get money stolen from them from a criminal, and the penalties for these scammers have to be way harsher and way bigger for people that are out there doing this. It's just not good.
Oh, they're targeting the older people and the Swifties.
Protect the Swifties. Protect the Swifties.
All costs, indeed. When I was mentioning, do I renovate, do I move? Like you said, a lot of people are always considering that. So I do find myself searching through the listings that you guys have on the Golfi website, and I'm always looking for those waterfront properties, right? They've become so appealing over the last few years. Everyone wants to live on the water, and we're so lucky to be right here in the middle of two Great Lakes. But maybe living on the water, not all it's cracked up to be. There's other things people should consider.
Yeah, I mean, the waterfront comes with its risks, right? I'm sure Devin has worked on a number of waterfront properties and replacing breakwalls or putting in new breakwalls and things of that nature. It's just the insurance companies are giving you such a harder time when it comes to insuring those properties and groundwater insurance, meaning water that enters your property from the ground, from outside. And I was working on a property in Thorold, and it was in a floodplain, and we were in the conditional offer agreement, and my client came to me and she said, "Phil, I'm really having a hard time getting insurance. I've been declined by a few insurance companies for groundwater insurance." And I said, that's strange. Like, should be, I've never really kind of worked on this before, especially for a property that, there's hundreds of properties around it. I was like, there has to be a way to get insurance. They ended up finding insurance, but there's the rules and regulations, and the insurance companies have tightened up and became so much more strict when it comes to protecting homes around rivers, bodies of water, lakes, etc. It's the added cost of living. Not there wasn't already an added cost from taxes and maintenance, but there's this other added cost of insurance that is now added to living on the water, or living near a body of water. So the insurance companies have tightened up, and it's just something to be mindful of. If you're going to buy a property that's waterfront, lakefront, wherever, near a river, near a floodplain, make sure that you go and price out the insurance cost before you go firm on the agreement, because this might be something that will alter your decision or help you make a decision if you are considering purchasing a waterfront property.
That's probably good advice for any home, because there are different reasons, right, that insurance companies are going to charge more for homes. Like postal code will come into factor, right, of the crime rates in the area, those kinds of things. So it's probably a good idea to check that anytime.
Yeah, of course, all the time. It's just standard practice of budgeting. Know how much money it's going to cost you to live at your new house every single month. And it's something that when you're working with a realtor or hiring the right realtor, they'll point you in the right direction. And so call me.
Yeah. That's why I love doing the Golfi Real Estate Show, because I've bought many houses over the years, and never have I learned, as you mentioned at the top of the show, doing that walkthrough in the day or day before you do the closing, those kinds of things. Or no realtor ever said to me, oh, you should check how much the insurance is. So yeah, like you said, I mean, it is a common sense, but buying a house is it's one of the most stressful, it's the biggest decision you're ever going to make in terms of purchasing in your life. So it makes sense to have somebody that knows what they're doing. And when you're excited about things, your brain isn't necessarily going to be in the most common sense mode.
That's right. You need a trusted professional, and it goes for anything. What is your, and I call it a circle of trust. We all have our contractors, we have our mortgage person, we have our real estate agent, we have our lawyer. Build out that circle of trust to be able to lean on people for specific decisions, and make sure that circle of trust is you have access to them all the time, because you're going to have questions, not just when you're buying or selling, but you're going to have questions about the market. You're going to have questions about how much property values are in a specific neighborhood or your neighborhood. And whether it's a legal question or a contracting question, build that circle of trust, build those relationships, and they're going to point you in the right direction to help you make the best informed decision. So, and that's one thing that we want to do is build, obviously build our relationships and be in other people's circles of trust to help them make better informed decisions. And when it comes time for them to, whether it's a question or whether they're buying or selling a house, we want to be the main informant and the main contact for them when that time's right. And that's one of the things that, one of the reasons why we do this show. We get to talk about it every week. There's people that listen to us every week, and we're happy to share our information. We're happy to share our market insights and our tools and tips and stories. And it's a good opportunity for everybody to learn from. So we're super excited about that. And like I said, if you're looking for someone to help or need a question answered, please don't hesitate to reach out to obviously Devin on the contracting landscaping side, or me in the real estate side.
Well, thanks so much for letting us into your circle today. You can give the Golfi team a call at 905-641-0308. Devin from Land Art Landscaping, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
All right, and thank you, Phil.
Yeah, of course. Always a pleasure. I need to get on the show more.
Absolutely. You got to wrestle that mic away from Rob. This is the Golfi Real Estate Show on News Talk 610 CKTP.